Unit 1, page 16 of the student's book.
Hello everyone, my name's Lum. I'm a cyclo driver in Ho Chi Minh City. I usually have a busy working day. I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I start work at 6. My first passenger is usually an old man. I take him from District 1 to District 5. After I drop him at a cafe near Ho Chi Minh City College of Education, I pedal to Tai Binh Market. My next passenger is a lady who does shopping there every 2 days. I help her put all her purchases into the cyclo and then take her to the shop in Chan Hung Dao Street. At 10:30, I ride off towards Nguyen Thi Minh Khai School. There, I park my cyclo, chat with some of my fellows, and wait for my third passengers. They're 2 school pupils, a girl and a boy. I take them home. At 12, I have lunch at a food stall near Ben Tang Market. After lunch, I park my cyclo under a tree, take a short rest, and then continue my afternoon's work.
Unit 2, page 26 of the student's book. Conversation 1.
So what are you taking this semester, Lan?
Well, I'm taking English.
Me too. Whose class are you in?
Miss Lan Phuong's.
How do you like the class?
I really enjoy it.
Conversation 2.
Are you enjoying yourself, Nam?
Yes, I am.
Would you like me to get you something to drink?
Not right now, thanks.
Conversation 3.
Son, how do you like the weather in Nha Trang?
Oh, it's great.
So when did you get here?
I arrived yesterday.
How long are you going to stay?
For a week.
Do you want to go for a swim?
Sure.
Conversation 4.
Hua, how do you like it here?
It's very nice. The hotel is big and my room is comfortable.
Are you traveling with your friends?
No, I'm traveling alone.
Would you like to go somewhere for a drink?
That's great.
Unit 2, page 29. Unit 3, page 36 of the student's book.
Congratulations! You're now the Olympic champion.
Thanks. Yes, I'm very happy.
Our readers want to know all about you.
That's nice. Well, ask me your questions.
First of all, tell me something about yourself.
Well, I was born in 1980. I got a general education at local schools, and when I was 15, I joined the Star Sports Club near my home.
Where is your home?
In Manchester.
I see. And do you live alone?
No, I live with my family, my parents and 2 brothers.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I don't have much free time, but I like different sports. Basketball and swimming, for example, and just sitting at home and reading.
What sort of books do you like?
Oh, love stories, romantic books.
And what do you want to be in the future?
I want to be a sports teacher. I'm a student at college. I want to get my teacher's diploma.
I see. Now, tell me.
Unit 3, page 38 of the student's book. Unit 4, page 48 of the student's book.
If you ask any member of the Vang Chang Khuet Club which time of day they enjoy most, they will all agree. Their photography lesson. The Vang Chang Khuet Club's members come from Nanjing School for Deaf Children, Gia Dan Secondary School for Deaf and Mute Children, and the Hanoi Literature and Art Club for Mentally Retarded Children. Whenever we hold a camera, wandering around and taking in our surroundings through a lens, we can forget the sorrow of our disabilities, says club member Nguyen Minh Tam. The 6-month-old photography club, which comprises 19 deaf, mute or mentally retarded children, is now having its first exhibition in Hanoi. More than 50 colour photos are on display at the exhibition room, featuring the beauty of daily life seen through the eyes of these disabled children. The subjects are simple and peaceful. Old men reading books on the sides of Hoang Kiem Lake, labourers hard at work, or chickens looking for food. The children's passion for taking pictures has stimulated them and helped them escape their sorrow.
Unit 5, page 57 of the student's book.
Well, I wasn't worried when my son bought a computer. After all, lots of children have parents who don't understand computers. But when my secretary asked me for a computer in the office, I really became worried. So I decided to take some lessons in computing, and my son became my teacher. He was very helpful. He invited me to sit down in front of the computer screen. I didn't know what it was called. When I asked him what it was, he said it was a VDU. I still didn't know what a VDU was, but I was too shy to ask him any more. From that moment, my memory refused to learn because he told me a lot of things that I really didn't understand at all. After a few lessons, I began to feel tired. I made an excuse, saying that I had a headache. I suggested we should leave the lesson for another day. Since then, I haven't said anything about the computer to my son and my secretary.
Unit 6. Listening. The weekend picnic I enjoyed most was just a few weeks ago. My class decided to pay a visit to the botanical garden. It was a glorious Sunday. We met at the school gate on time and traveled to the botanical garden by bus. It was a long way to our destination, and we sang merrily all the way. The botanical garden was a very beautiful place. We made a short tour around the garden and took some pictures of the whole class. Then we played a lot of games on a spacious piece of grassland. One of the boys brought along his guitar, and we sang our favorite songs. We laughed, talked, and danced too. After a delicious meal with various kinds of food that we brought, we all took a rest. Some of us slept very soundly because it was so peaceful and quiet there. In the afternoon, we went on playing some more games. Then we packed up the leftovers and returned home. We all felt happy.
Unit 7, page 77 of the student's book.
The time is 7 o'clock, and here is the news summary. Heavy rain during the night has caused floods all over the country today. Many people have left their homes because rivers have risen. Some roads in the northwest are under 2 meters of water. The rain has stopped at the moment, but it's still cloudy and there's a strong wind. Because of the bad weather, people can't go out to work. A 90-year-old woman has climbed Mount Whitney in California for the 23rd time. At 4,418 meters, Mount Whitney is the highest mountain in California. The woman says the view from the top is wonderful, so she tries to climb it often. She also says that the mountain has kept her young and healthy. In spite of her old age, the woman tries to climb the mountain very often.
Unit 8, page 86 of the student's book.
Popfero used to be a small, quiet town on the south coast of England, but it has become a crowded and busy tourist resort now. They've completely destroyed its old atmosphere. The small old houses have been pulled down, and tall buildings have been put there instead. They've also built a big hotel in the middle of the town. The narrow streets have been widened and resurfaced, so the big trees on the 2 sides of the streets have been cut down. The large area of grassland in the suburbs of the town has been turned into an ugly car park. Even the old corner shop isn't there anymore. It's been replaced by a big department store. And there's an expensive restaurant where there used to be an old tea shop. Many people in Popfero are happy with the changes, as there are more jobs for them. But some people don't like the changes. They miss the quiet and peaceful life of the old town.
Unit 9, page 98 of the student's book.
Whales are mammals that live their entire lives in the water. Some whales are huge. The blue whale, for example, grows to 30 metres in length and over 200 tons in weight. It is the largest animal that has ever lived on Earth. Whales may also be the most intelligent animals in the ocean. Whales like to feed in the cold oceans where there is a lot of krill, their favourite food. Cold waters in the North and South Atlantic Ocean and the North and South Pacific are good feeding grounds for whales. Some whales are known to migrate into warm waters to bear their calves. Whale populations decrease quickly due to heavy hunting pressure. Conservation groups have asked the International Whaling Commission to stop most whaling. However, Native American hunters, such as the Eskimos, are still allowed to hunt a limited number of whales to feed their communities. If no effective measures were taken to protect whales, these wonderful animals would disappear forever.
Unit 10, page 108 of the student's book.
Have you ever seen a forest destroyed by fire? A great forest fire is an awful thing to see. Once a fire has started, it spreads quickly. Foresters say that late summer is the season when fire is the greatest danger to woods and forests. They are very dry then. Sometimes, when the danger of fire is very great, foresters will not allow anyone to go into the forests. If people leave a campfire burning near a heap of leaves, this often causes a forest fire. Campers must always remember to put out their campfires and cover the place with earth. It is the duty of every camper to take the greatest care not to start a forest fire. Anyone careless enough to start a forest fire has done something which makes life more difficult for all of us. Every fire destroys valuable wood, wildlife, and good soil. Every one of us must know how important it is to care for our great forests and save them from fire.
Unit 10, Unit 11, page 115 of the student's book.
Cuc Phuong, the first national park in Vietnam, was officially opened in 1960. It is located 160 kilometres southwest of Hanoi, spanning Ninh Bình, Hòa Bình and Thanh Hóa provinces. The 200 square kilometre park attracts tourists and scientists alike. In 2002, nearly 100,000 visitors made their way to Cuc Phuong. Many come to see the work being done to protect endangered species. According to scientists, there are about 2,000 different species of flora and 450 species of fauna. Cuc Phuong National Park has many caves. Quen Voi, also part of the park, is where Nguyen Hue's army was stationed before it made its surprise attack on Thang Long and defeated the Qing invaders in the spring of 1789. Cuc Phuong is also home to the Muong ethnic minority, who live mainly on beekeeping and farming.
Unit 12, page 127 of the student's book.
Hello, I'm Lan Huong. Our programme is My Favourite Musician. Now, our guest tonight is Quang Hung, a well-known actor. Welcome to the programme, Quang Hung.
Thanks, Lan Hung.
Now, Quang Hung, can you tell us about the Vietnamese musician you like best, please?
Sure. Recently, there have been quite a few good musicians. Their songs are very popular and easy to listen to.
Do you like them?
Well, I do like some of them, but I think the best Vietnamese musician of all times is Van Cao. He's really my favourite musician.
Van Cao, the author of Tien Quan Ca? Well, can you tell us why you like him?
He's a great musician. Just listen to Tien Quan Ca. Whenever I hear it, I want to stand up and sing out as loud as possible. It's hard and solemn, and I always feel great, feel proud of my country when I hear it.
That's true. It's very arousing. Do you know when he wrote it?
In 1944.
Do you like any other songs by Van Cao?
Oh yes, lots of them, especially the songs about rural life in Vietnam. They are sweet and gentle and very lyrical.
Well, let me see if we can play one of those songs for you.
Unit 13, page 136 of the student's book.
Hi, Huang. Titanic is on at Tang Tam Cinema next week. Can you go with me on Wednesday?
Wednesday? Sorry, Lan, I have lots of work to do during the day, and I'm going to the singing club at night. Can we go on Thursday instead?
I don't think so. I'm going to visit my grandparents on Thursday.
Well, what about Monday? I suppose you're free on Monday.
No, sorry. I'm going to see a play with Tiet on Monday. What about Friday?
Sorry, Lan. Friday is not a good time for me. I'm taking Chinese classes on Fridays. How does your weekend look like, Lan?
I'm busy on Saturday, but I'm free the whole day Sunday.
I'm going on a picnic to Hualu with some of my friends on Sunday. I'll be back late at night.
Well, I guess that we just leave... wait a second. What day are we both free, Huang?
Unit 14, page 147 of the student's book.
Pelé is considered one of the greatest football players of all time. He was born in 1940 in Brazil. As a football player, Pelé was famous for his powerful kicking and controlling the ball. He joined a Brazilian football club in 1956, and in 1962 he led the team to its first World Club Championship. Pelé became the only player to participate in 3 World Cups in 1958, 1962 and 1970. By 1974, Pelé had scored 1,200 goals and became a Brazilian national hero. He played for an American football club for 2 years before he retired in 1977. Later, Pelé became an international ambassador for the sport, working to promote peace and understanding through friendly sport activities.
Unit 15, page 160 of the student's book.
The Statue of Liberty, one of America's most familiar images, is on an island in New York Harbor. It is a symbol of freedom. Its formal name is Liberty Enlightening the World. It was a gift to American people from the French to show the friendship between the two nations. This is the statue of a woman who is wearing a loose robe and a crown on her head. Her right hand holds a burning torch, and her left hand holds a tablet with the date July the 4th, 1776 on it. The statue weighs 205 tons and is 46 metres high. It stands on a stone and concrete base. The base and pedestal increase the height of the monument to 93 metres. The outside is made of copper. Inside it has an iron frame. The statue was completed in 1884 in France and then transported to America in 1886. Tourists can visit the statue from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily except Christmas Day.
Unit 16, page 171 of the student's book.
The ancient town of Hoi An lies on the Tu Bon River, 30 kilometers south of Da Nang. It was formerly a major trading centre in Southeast Asia between the 16th and the 17th centuries. Hoi An was also an important port for Dutch, Portuguese, Italian, Chinese, Japanese and other merchant vessels from the Far East. Hoi An is famous for its old temples, pagodas, small tile-roofed houses and narrow streets. All the houses were made of wood and their pillars were carved with ornamental designs. One of the main attractions of Hoi An is the Japanese covered bridge, which was built in the 16th century and is still well preserved. All visitors to Hoi An are recommended a visit to the Assembly Hall of Cantonese Chinese Congregation. This house was built in 1855 and still keeps many precious objects that belong to the Chinese community of Hoi An. Another attractive address to tourists is Tun Ki House, which was constructed nearly 2 centuries ago as a house for a Vietnamese merchant. The house now looks almost exactly as it did in the early 19th century. In recent years, Hội An has become a popular tourist destination in Vietnam. In 1999, it was certified by UNESCO as a World Cultural Heritage Site.